Canelo, hasn't been much debate about who won the fight. In the ring, you seem to accept defeat. What is it that you feel the judges missed, and what did you do that you felt should have gotten you the victory tonight?
Yo creo que muchas veces los jueces se dejan impresionar cuando estoy bloqueando los golpes. Muchas veces hago rolling y se dejan impresionar por eso, y creo que eso fue lo que fallé un poco ahí.
So I feel that it was, often judges don't score things that perhaps, or they score things that perhaps they shouldn't. For example, I was blocking shots and I was rolling punches, and I think sometimes that's where the mistake may have been made.
Radio Raheem, you said that you believe you won the fight now. During the fight, was there any point in which you thought you might be behind on the scorecards?
No.
And if you had known you were behind on the scorecards, would you have fought any differently?
More aggressive, I think.
Hey everyone, what's up? So we had a little bit of Canelo zealot fan activity due to our last video that we came out on the subject, and you just watched a clip of how this guy thought he was the judges made a mistake in a fight where it would have been generous to give this dude 3 rounds, let alone the first 4 rounds, and all 3 judges had Canelo winning the first 4 rounds, which is a complete joke. And then you're still here trying to argue with me that where's the proof that Canelo pays off judges? Dude, listen to me. You guys ain't combating nothing that I said in that video, bro. You're really not. You're not bringing up any of my points. You're even misquoting me and trying to, you're hearing through emotional ears and you're giving me emotional responses. You're writing books and all this other stuff. We all know that it's almost impossible to beat Canelo off a decision because we know that the judges are paid off. That is like me telling you that water's wet, okay? This guy, he does not win by merit. Even in his losses, you have to lose pretty bad. You understand, meaning that you may be, at best, like I said, it's generous to give him 3 rounds against that Bivol fight. He also had a scorecard where it was a draw versus Mayweather. He didn't win 1 round that fight. You know what I'm saying? And there's people, you're serious. In this world today, there are people, that their Tupac was Takeshi 6ix9ine. That's just the world we live in today. But water is wet, guys. Some of you going to argue that. You're going to tell me that water is dry. That's just the world we live in. This idiot was given 4 rounds. The first 4 rounds, and you still messed it up. That's your fighter summed up. Do you understand? That's your fighter summed up. The fact that there's some of you that are this blind and you have such a cult member mindset, it amazes me. It amazes me, but at the same token, it does not amaze me. Again, we got people in this world, they have a penis and balls, and they still believe they're a woman today. And it's just getting worse. You know what I'm saying? It's getting worse. Imagine having a 4-point lead, 4-round lead, and you still screw it up. That's how bad you were beaten that fight. All 3 judges came to the conclusion of 115, 113. Like I said, you're being generous if you gave Canelo 3 rounds that fight. You understand? I don't know what to tell you. That's what keeps your guy up. It's not his skill. It's not nothing of merit that keeps Canelo afloat. It's a fake little machine behind him that tries to tell you this guy's a king and whatever else. Again, and he don't even want to rematch Bivol. He doesn't. Bivol was even willing to move down. Bivol probably just wanted a little bit more money, which he deserves. You understand? And he doesn't even want to fight him again. A guy like Floyd, you guys will, even in fights where he's not getting done up like Canelo, you want him to have rematches with these guys. Like I said, you guys want this dude to be Floyd, but you don't even hold him to a Floyd Mayweather standard, which is laughable to me. He gets all these little excuses and passes and everything else. He's already dwindling as a 32-year-old. You understand when he does take another L, you guys are going to say he's old, but you give Floyd Mayweather at 36 no credit for beating Canelo, a 23-year-old who was trying to cherry pick him because he was old. And that's just the story of Canelo. Anytime there's a fair, even playing field, he is the most effective fighter in the consensus top 10, guys. Again, if he does beat Bud, if they do fight, it's not going to be because of skill and merit. You understand? It's really not. You know, Bud will have to go in there if he can't knock him down a few times, a couple times, or even one time, you know, and really hurt Canelo. He's still winning rounds. That still doesn't guarantee his victory. You know what I'm saying? Guys, water is wet. We all know the game plan when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. You can't drain Terrence Crawford in this situation. Like an Amir Khan, you can't have him move up to 155-pound catch weight. Even against guys like Amir Khan, you got to get every advantage you can. Not only does he have to move up to 154, but you got to put him at a catch weight fight of 155. I told you guys, this man even weight drained Rocky Fielding, a D-level fighter, and that's being nice. Again, Rocky Fielding, I don't even know what he's doing as a professional fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's UK domestic level talent. I don't even know if I can call him a sparring partner. You understand there are sparring partners out there that I know probably work Rocky Fielding like it's nothing. Your dude is so shook and so scared. He has to go to such great lengths to get an advantage over opponents, and he still finds ways to mess it up. You still have controversies. You still have draws. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it was just like with Spence, man. It was popularity contest, and I get it. What's crazy about you Canelo fans, though, is that you guys were not even Canelo fans. You were only Canelo fans when it was cool to be Canelo fans. To you, a lot of you, Triple G was more Mexican and deserved the Mexican vote over Canelo Alvarez. Again, you guys didn't start cheering for Canelo until it was cool to do so. And like today's era of boxing and fanboy fashion, you guys have to just play so blind, deaf, and dumb, it's not even funny. And no matter what, just pull for these people, just like the Spence fans, man. You know, I was one of the few people that was arguing on Canelo's behalf during that first fight. I showed them absolute proof that they were padding GGG's punch stats. You understand? And I can do that today, you know. But you guys, it's just society today, man. It's just a cult following. You guys can't see reason. You know, you guys won't accept truth. You know, fantasy will always overrule truth in this situation. This is going to be a fun fight to cover if it becomes a reality. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford could very most likely be cashing out and things like that. I've considered all this stuff, but I know without a shadow of a doubt, Terrence Crawford is a far more skilled, higher ring IQ, everything, better defense, everything than Canelo Alvarez. Again, Crawford did not have to fight guys like Rocky Fielding and try to get advantages of getting these guys off of losses, pulling dudes out of 2-year layoffs after they've been caught for PEDs and, you know, like Yildirim. Guys, your dude is beyond one of the most pathetic face of boxing this sport has ever seen. You look at Oscar De La Hoya and you look at guys like Sugar Ray Leonard. They fought the best and they fought him in their prime. Sugar Ray Leonard was Canelo's age around the time he retired. He still went out against the best competition that he could fight. Go look it up. I'm not even going to tell you the dude's name. Canelo is basically the precursor to this new era of boxing, which you have Jake Paul and fighters like that. And Jake Paul mirrors Canelo's negotiation and matchmaking. You understand? It's a rigged bullfight. And Jake Paul is able to use and do what Canelo does to his own success, and in some cases probably was more successful than Canelo in some of his fights. You know, guys, this is going to be a fun fight to cover, man. But don't sit here and play blind, deaf, and dumb with me, guys. Seriously, don't be like the Errol Spence fans. Don't be like the Lomachenko fans. I'm telling you, we eat up hype jobs for breakfast here. You understand? That's a sack lunch to me when I haven't eaten all day and I've been outside working. And I get to tear into that sack lunch. Canelo's an easy guy to break down. Like I said, there's not much complicated about his style. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. It's pretty easy to break him down. He does have some tricky maneuvering, you know, some explosiveness, where he can mask some of his shots like the straight right. And of course, we kind of already explained his left hook. But other than that, you're just fighting a bodybuilder who can only do things in explosion, you know, has poor stamina. And the Bivol fight, he was already tired by the third round. His forehead was already marked up by the second, third round as well, because Bivol was landing on him. And the dude was frustrated the entire fight. When you watch the commentary, it's so atrocious how they're trying to tell the story of the fight and mislead the masses that are watching it. You know, oh, Canelo's definitely winning this round. He's backing Bivol up while he's missing and getting his shots blocked. You understand? And in the clip here, Canelo, again, tries to pull a reversal, saying that, you know, a lot of shots that Bivol threw, he blocked and Bro, stop it. Stop it. Your guy needs assistance. He is the most assisted fighter in this sport. You understand? You're not a transcendent talent. You're not a Manny Pacquiao level talent. You're not a Floyd Mayweather type talent. You're not a Terrence Crawford level talent. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys are emotional and I'm attacking your God, which is some little fake redheaded golden chicken, which is all he is. This guy does the most ducking and dodging in the sport. Me personally, I've been wanting to see the Benavidez fight. I live here in Phoenix, you know, and they live here in Phoenix, you know. You know what I'm saying? That's the fight I truly want to see. I don't want to see Terrence Crawford, to be quite honest with you guys. I want to see my dude get some shine over here, you know. But we all know how Canelo moves, you know. We got to go poach some low-hanging fruit or some overrated talent over there in the UK. Even Colin Smith, this guy never did nothing to deserve a Canelo fight, other than the fact that Canelo knew he could drain him, not even give him a full training camp, so he focuses just on draining himself. You know, and he was up there while he was getting beat and looking at the clock like, how long till I get my paycheck? It was quite obvious, man. Again, I'm not ready to go in Canelo Alvarez yet, but I see we already got you little zealots trickling in. Here's some proof. Everybody knows this dude skews judges, you know. And a good video to watch is Teddy Atlas. I forgot what he called it. It was a very good video. You know, about that judging. I forgot the title. If I can find it, I'll drop it in the description, but he explains it to a T. It's not so much as the fact that they're also paid off, but they know they won't get work if they don't play along and play ball with the narrative that, you know, companies like DAZN or whoever, you know, if they don't play along with the narrative that company will want pushed. And like I said, you watch the Bivol fight. The commentary is so atrocious. They're giving Canelo so much credit for blocked shots that aren't even landing, you know. Yeah, you messed up Bivol's arm, but that's not the name of the game. You got hit him in his head, buddy. And you weren't able to do that. They were giving you credit for a lot of blocked and missed shots yourself, and just you moving forward, you know, while you're not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? A fighter like Canelo needs assistance for a reason, and this is what I've been trying to tell everybody. On this channel, you know, we don't play proxy race war, but I do play somewhat of a race war. I am biased against fake, propped up fighters, and Canelo is as fake as they come, if not the fakest in this sport. You know, he's got a little bit of skill. Like we said, he's got a good, solid foundation on some things, solid IQ, offense and defense. But that's in a rigged little chicken game, you understand? You're that chicken that knows how to play tic-tac-toe and not lose. It's not hard for a chicken to even understand that game. You're given credit in ways that do not fall on merit in a lot of your fights, buddy. And when you do lose, they have to not make you look as bad by having judges skew scorecards and mess with people's perceptions. Like I said, we all know the name of the game. You guys, because you live in some fantasy world, we won't be living fantasy world here. And again, I understand my channel's small, guys. I get that. I'm not going to sell out, you know, like some of these channels just to tickle your ear. We're never going to do that on this channel. I'm not impressed with Canelo Alvarez. I know he would be a $2 whore in any other era of boxing. You couldn't even beat and take the torch from a 36-year-old Floyd Mayweather. You couldn't even win one round. You understand? You need to pay a judge to claim that that fight was a draw when you did not win one round. You understand? I know Terrence Crawford would have beat 36-year-old Mayweather. I'm sorry. You know, or he would have, at best, would have won at least 5 rounds against that version of Mayweather that Canelo fought. You understand? That was supposed to be a passing of the torch fight. And because you can't live up to the standards of a guy like a Floyd or even a Terrence Crawford, you had to create a Jake Paul standard that's in boxing today. You understand? And the whole game is fake it till you make it. Proof's in the pudding, guys. We're not ready to go hard yet. Really not. I'm just waiting. It's going to take a couple months before we get an understanding of what's actually going on. Politics are still working against Terrence Crawford. And no, I'm not even talking about that Bomac situation. Till I get details on that, we'll talk about that. But your dude's not built for reality. He's not. He's a fake guy, okay? Just like how Spence was a fake guy, and there's been so many. GGG was a fake guy. You understand? Lomachenko's very skilled. I respect Lomachenko, but he was propped it up too. We don't care what race or color those guys are. We will always go after those type of fighters with, you know, fiercely on this channel. I don't think your guy is what he's advertised as. He's not. You understand? He's not. You could barely handle Danny Jacobs, who was drained and lethargic. You know, and listen, I understand he didn't 100% honor the rehydration clause that Canelo wanted him to have. But he was still lethargic and everything else in that ring. He still managed to win 5 rounds. Your dude's not it. You understand? He's just not. You got to accept that. Don't come in my comment section trying to feed me nonsense and write your books and short stories and all this other stuff. Canelo's pathetic, guys. Like I said, you're a good on paper fighter. But when we break down and add context, he's a very rancid fighter, guys. You needed help even before you guys were fans of his, before you even knew he existed. Like I said, again, do your research. But like I said, now's not the time. Let's see him get past Jermell, if he can do that without any controversy or nothing. He may need some judges in that fight, to be quite honest with you. I think a bunch of us are overlooking. That's Bud Crawford fans and Canelo fans alike. A lot of us are overlooking Jermell, you understand? That's not going to be an easy fight for Canelo again. I predict a 7-5 victory, and there may be some controversy even in that fight, guys. We'll come to the Crawford versus Canelo fight in due time if that is what's supposed to happen, you know. And we will do what we've been doing. I might come out here with a little film study in advance covering Canelo, and it won't be so much directed towards Crawford. But we're just going to point out his flaws and things like that. The Bivol fight would be too vulgar to show right now. But I could tell you guys the secret of being Canelo right now. It's not hard. Bivol found it out. He did it with a jab. So did Floyd. You understand? Screw it. We'll just tell you a big part of how you can beat Canelo right now. This idiot, when he throws his power punches, such as his left hook, he literally opens up like how Van Damme in his movies opens up when he throws hooks, you know. Both of his arms will be at his sides of his shoulders. You know what I'm saying? He literally looks like an action star when he does this stuff sometimes. And it'll catch you off guard. Just think of Mike Tyson Punch Out, guys. How the man flashes before he lands his big punch, but it gives you a pocket and window to hit him and hit him with a good shot. You know what I'm saying? Some of you will know what I'm talking about. We'll get more into this in the future. But if you time him right there, he's not going to throw the left hook. He's not going to throw nothing. And if he does, it's not going to be to full effect. And a guy with timing and a guy who can understand and pick up on pockets of windows, such as a Terrence Crawford, such as a Bivol, such as a Floyd Mayweather, for examples, even a Laura was basically beating Canelo with a jab all night. A guy like Crawford's a guy, I can land this lead right when he does this. You know, that's just one facet, but that's a big one. Gennady Golovkin started understanding, although he relied more on the right uppercut to counter Canelo, but in the second fight, he actually hurt Canelo with a lead right. And this is a huge opportunity for Jermell Charlo or anyone to beat Canelo if you can actually time him when he does that. It's just like Mike Tyson's punch out. His hands and arms are going to be at his side. He's going to be wide open. Time him with that lead right. You understand? Or even a jab just to offset him and not make him, when he wants to throw those power punches that are explosive, you know, just to get him off for a little bit. You can off-time him. But another thing, too, is you never see people go to Canelo's body. Even a GGG, who was a decent body puncher, you know, I never understood why he did not go to Canelo's body. You still haven't seen too many fighters go to Canelo's body either. That's something Jermell should also consider as well. A lot of these fighters, oftentimes, they're so ready for the head punches, but a lot of them, you know, people don't go to their bodies. GGG, you know, would get hurt off body punches. And I know if you go to Canelo's body as well, that will aid you a lot in this fight. You know, we're going to get into this a little deeper, but you Canelo zealot fans, listen, I know you're mad and emotional. And again, you're no different than any of these fanboys, regardless of the color, race, or what you are. You know, me personally, over a Terrence Crawford fight, I definitely want to see Benavidez, but it looks like we're approaching this Crawford fight because, again, Canelo only likes to fight people he has a huge advantage over, and that's for a reason, because he's not the truth. That's just a simple fact. Water is wet, and as far as I know, the sky is blue from how we view reality, you understand. Dirt, you know, is dirt. A square is a square and a circle is a circle, guys. 1 + 1 = 2. All right, don't come here with your nonsense. We'll talk to you guys later, all right? Bye.